Hi everyone, welcome. Ryan here from the London Craftsman channel. This is just a quick video on my laser enclosure. Frames are really solid. You actually think they're metal, but they're not. They're very tough. Yeah, so this is 700 by 700. I've got my laser over here, and the idea is we're going to have the air assist in there. It's very tight, but it works. And I've cut my board so it fits within the bottom frame by a couple of mils. So when I put this frame on top, the board is within the bottom part of the frame. Okay, so it sits in nice and snug. So this is the only place I could put the air assist. I wanted it all in. I'm going to have power in here as well. But yeah, next thing I need to do is just work out my positionings, because what I'm going to do next is drill holes and cable tie the laser to the board. This is the whole reason for the board, is so I can just get the laser out. It's got a flat board on it already. It locates the top. It holds the air assist and the power. If you can see, the fan here is on the inside of this. It comes with the fan, but it's got the power, so I need to have a plug inside to power the laser, the air assist and the fan. Thinking about it, I may move that ever so slightly forward and put the extension lead right there. So yeah, thinking out loud now, I've actually changed my mind on that position. I need to get an extension lead around there. I came across this idea from Sam Rix, a good friend of mine, and he came up with the idea of just having it on a board so I can pick it up, hang it up on a wall. Yeah, I need to, I don't know if you can see that round circle. I'm going to cut a hole roughly there, whatever's easiest, maybe a hole cutter, so I can hang it up in my shed on the board already, all attached. So you pick up the board and it's got the laser, the air assist and all the extension leads already there. All you need to do is plug in the extension lead to wherever that you are going to get the power from and put the enclosure over the top, and you're good to roll. I have about 7 or 8 lasers, but this is the one I prefer. It's the most powerful. This is a 33 watts, even though it's an A30. But yeah, I've picked the A30 because it's the most powerful one I own, and it came with this Atom Stack Maker air assist, which is the most powerful air assist that I have, and it matches. It's going to be quite awesome little combo. I'm hoping that I can make more content, I can make more things myself and the business over time more easily, because the whole reason I haven't is because I need to get the laser out, I need to connect it to the air assist, connect all the power up, I need to figure out where to do it. If Sean's working in the workshop, for example, I don't want to smoke him out, whereas this I can just take it off the hanger. It's going to be hanging up on a bracket. I'm going to take it off, I'm going to bring it in the house, take it to the workshop, put the enclosure on and extend this to outside the window, albeit it's not the longest. It's about 2 and a bit meters long. It's a well-made hose, by the way. I can extend that and just have it going out the window or wherever I want. I can have it in the front room, play around while I'm watching TV, whatever, all because I've got it fixed to this board, just with some simple cable ties on the legs, everything all connected, job done. Hopefully I'll have time to show you it all finished. So I come back in the workshop and drilled out the holes that I needed. We got a basic square handle, about 100mm wide. And these are all the holes needed. So the 4 outer ones are for the laser. We've got 4 here for the air assist, and then 4 here for the plug. We're just gonna have the socket like so, cable tie it down. Back to assemble it now. So we've got these extra long cable ties. Don't need to be that long, that's all I've got. But we're just gonna go ahead and strap everything down now, see what it looks like. I had 2 of these honeycomb beds and I wanted to maximize how much laser area I could use. The ones that you generally buy are only 400 by 400. This one was 500 by 500. It's a Creality one here. Okay, so it's pretty big and it came with the stainless steel backing. So I've ended up cutting that down and this down. So now I've taken off 25mm in one dimension just here, as you can see. Cut it down, then I put the C channel back on to give it back its strength. So I'm going to rig it back up, put it in place, because it was touching that bearing there and that bearing there. So I'm just going to put that in place And that means that I can use every single millimeter of this laser. This is the size difference, pretty big difference. So I'm going to figure out a way of just fixing the big one down now I've modified it. The way I figured out to do it is to pre-drill through the MDF from underneath. This is 9mm. I went for 9 because 6 was too thin and 18 and anything bigger was too thick for the weight. So 9 was perfect. So we can get a screw through there and we can screw into this aluminium channel. I think it's aluminium, might not be. But either way, if we just pre-drill a small hole, well, we'll put it in place, pre-drill through the MDF, we'll mark it, pre-drill one of these bases of the C channel and screw into that. It should pull it towards the MDF. So that's what I'm going to do. Screw it down from the underneath. 4 is all I'm going to use. I think I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be absolutely fine because the MDF board is giving the honeycomb rigidity again, so it should be fine. I realized that I've got this metal plate to go underneath. Let's get that in place where I just had it lined up with the corners because I've already had that honeycomb base in place. Make sure it's roughly where it needs to be. I made these holes a lot bigger than they needed to be, just in case there's any movement, and then all I do is just draw those circles in, and then I can pre-drill through the top, most likely because I can't transfer those lines to the other side just yet. Yeah, pre-drill with a 3mm drill bit, and then I can get the honeycomb bed in, and then with the same pre-drill, I will drill from the underneath and pre-drill that, then screw them on with some 4x20 screws. They're done, pre-drilled through the top. Look underneath, I've given them a little countersink also, so the head is nice and flush and it doesn't hamper the way it sits when it's laying on the table. So happy to get that bed in place. I'm going to put that plate down first, put the bed, the honeycomb bed on top, make sure it's positioned correctly. Go back through with the 3mm drill bit, pre-drill through one edge or one face of the channel, and then I can nip them up. Happy days, I hope. Got it in position now. There's the plates and there's the honeycomb bed, all in the right position. I've lined it up so it looks parallel with the laser, and I will jig it around. Since I cut it, there's not as much strength in it, so I'm going to do one corner first, square it up, then I'll do the other edge, and then I'll do the loose edge after. First of all, let's pre-drill through the aluminium underneath where we pre-drilled and countersunk, and go through one face only. Then, yeah, might do one at a time, nip it up with a screw. All right, guys, so I've got to the stage where I'm happy, and it's near enough finished. I haven't done a test run on the laser yet, and I don't think I will get a chance in this video, but I'll show you what the whole board looks like and the whole setup on the board. So we've got the air assist here. We've stepped it back about 150mm to allow for a small single extension lead and a block. The block is allowing me to plug in up to 3 plugs. I've only got 2 in at the moment because the power for the laser and for the air assist come off one plug, and it's on a splitter. So one is already plugged into the air assist and one is here, but it's too short. It needs to get to the power for the laser. So I've gone on Amazon and bought myself a meter long extension for this power cable. So we've only used 2 of the 3 plugs. This plug here is to power the fan. And on this enclosure, it comes with a little fan built in, which is the great thing about this enclosure. So you don't have to hunt around for a setup. It's already there. And it's just powered by USB, because I was going to build my own box. And then I thought, well, I need to look for the fan, I need to look for the hose, the adapter, the power, everything. Whereas this came all in. So basically on this, all I need to do is get the extension, and that will plug into the power of the laser. So like I said, one plug will power the air assist and the laser because it's on a splitter. And this is what it looks like over here. It was pretty tight. It's all doable. As you can see, there's not much space between the laser and the gantry to run past. There's about 10mm gap, but that is all you need. So this laser's fixed down now, by the way, and so is the bed. Nice and solid with the cable ties. I'll show you that in just a moment. Around the back, we've got the power for the laser. Okay, so there's a little transformer. So I've cable tied that to the back of the laser, or the front. And also once it was cable tied in, we've got the air assist hose. So the air assist hose comes from the back here, and it's just running through this bundle, which I've tried to make as neat as possible, and through the cable ties, and just giving it as much slack as possible around here and on top of the laser. Okay, so as long as it doesn't get in the way of the work, it should be absolutely fine. And this is what it looks like from over here. So when the laser enclosure is on, obviously this cable will probably get pushed in a little bit here, but I've had it on and I've pushed it backwards and forwards and nothing seems to be hampered, and that is the main thing. And obviously with the laser going across both ways. So the way I carry it is this little square handle. You just literally lift it up, and this is what it looks like from underneath. Cable ties and a few screw heads. The screw heads are from screwing the honeycomb bed down. The holes underneath were for the cable ties, and they've just simply been strapped down like so, very crudely, but it does the trick. It's nice and solid, it's not going anywhere. Really, really tough. Yeah, everything's in its place. We did the same for the legs here. Legs of the air assist. You just got to sort of rig it depending on your setup, and yeah, it does the job. And again, this was the only way I was able to do the extension lead. There's about 1.5 mil gap between the plug extension lead and the block, because the cable ties are in between, but you know, it's my risk at the end of the day. That should be fine. I'm happy with that. And that is just about it. What I'll do is get the enclosure on top and show you it all set up. Bit dark outside, turn the lights on. So there's the laser enclosure in place, and you could just see the way it just locates in the frame. And I haven't passed the power cable through correctly just there, but that should locate around the base also. And let's see if we can get this corner too. So you see what I mean by it's just locating around the board, and it slots into place nicely and holds the laser exactly where we want it to be. Can't get that one. There's the extension cable, and to be honest, I probably could stretch the enclosure over it, and even if it just sits on like that, it's absolutely fine. We've got the power cable sticking out, don't worry about that. If I was to use this properly, that would all be connected up. But you can still see that everything is accessible, and the laser works as it should. We move it side to side, nothing is getting hampered. And if we do it the other way, cables are over here, are absolutely fine. May need to do something about this. Not too sure just yet, but that's the least of my worries for now. And that is it really. And all you need to do really when you press play is just bring this over. Apparently it's takes away the need for the glasses, this plastic, but I'm not going to trust it. I'm still going to wear my laser glasses. But there we go. And this is about 2 meters long, give or take. May need to get an extension, but it's really well made. It's made out of cloth. It's kind of like duct tape in a way. You can see the fiber inside, and you can see the fibers there. So it's not going to tear on you. It's really well made. This is fireproof, and all the materials inside are fireproof. So if it did catch fire, it would be safe. Yeah, happy days. So I won't have time to use it just now because I'm pretty busy, but just wanted to show you a quick and simple way of making your laser accessible. So when it's finished, all I need to do is lift the laser enclosure off and just take this away and hang it up on the handle just there, and it's ready to go, apart from unplugging the plug and the hose. Happy days. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, thumbs up. Let me know if I could tweak it anyway, if you think I've missed something, or let me know what you think if you're going to do it yourself. It's really simple. It's just a scrap of ply or MDF and some cable ties. Yeah, and that is it. Really, really simple. And it just makes it accessible for you to just pick it up when you need it. You don't need to have it in a permanent place. You can hang it up, get it out of the way, apart from the laser enclosure, because that's pretty chunky. Unless you want to dismantle that. But anyway, Happy days, guys. Take it easy. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next Sunday. Ciao for now.